Everybody, Walter Rice here, and what I'm going to do in this video real quick is something that nobody's done at this point yet, and I am glad to be the first one to do this, and that is to give you a side-by-side comparison of the matrix programs that the most popular matrix programs that are out there, and try to explain some of the differences here so that you understand what you're working with before you join or before you consider changing companies. So the first company we're going to look at, well, we're going to look at all of them, but we are going to look at Ultimate Cycler, we're going to look at Turbo Cycler, and we're going to look at Do the Same, the 2By2Cash, Rocket Cash, and Pro Matrix Plus. So what I did is I put together a table here, and I'm going to explain some terms and some of the pluses and minuses of some of these programs, and I'm involved in some of these and get to see firsthand what's going on, what's working, and what's not working. First of all, just a brief history here. I got involved in a program last year called 2Easy 2x2, which was my first entry into matrix programs. I am fairly well versed in compensation plans, but in all honesty, never did a matrix program. Didn't really understood the term 2x2, but there were some hidden things involved in the matrix programs that I found out the hard way, as so did a lot of other people. And there are still companies out there that are still trying to use these what I call antiquated compensation plans, or versions of the 2x2 matrices, and we're going to talk about that right now. So the first thing that we're going to look at Ultimate Cycler, and the reason why I have Ultimate Cycler, Turbo Cycler, and Do the Same is that they're all provided by a gentleman by the name of Peter Wolfing of Multiplex Systems out of New York, and all three programs are very similar. They just have different price points, and they are all member-to-member payment programs, and we'll talk about that in a second. But what you want to look for is a program that provides what's called a follow me or follow your sponsor. And in this grid here, you can see that I basically tell you whether it is or it isn't. Rocket Cash says that it is, but because it has what's called a board splitting or splitting matrix, you don't always follow your sponsor. You ultimately follow your sponsor on the last matrix, but when you cycle out of the first matrix level, and again, for those of you that are in Rocket Cash, you know what I'm talking about here. You don't follow your sponsor until you get to the second level. So what this means is not having a board split is that bottom line is that you follow your sponsor on his new matrix. Every time you cycle, and real quick, a cycle means that you've completed your matrix. A matrix is 2x2. That means on your first level, there's two positions available that can be filled by a member or an affiliate, and then on the second level there are 4. When all of those positions are filled, you cycle and get a brand new matrix, which you start all over again, putting new people in, or the people who you've brought in previously that were on your previous matrix. As they complete their matrix, they get a new matrix, but they take a position under your new matrix. So to give you an example, if you're looking at a blank piece of paper, and I'll give you a more descriptive in-depth description of this on my next video. I don't want to spend a lot of time on this, but going left to right, 1, 2 is on your position 1, position 2 is on your first level, position 3, 4, 5, and 6 are on your second level. So when somebody fills all 6 of those positions, you get a brand new matrix. And let's say somebody that was on position 3 cycles, fills out their matrix, their 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 position. They get a new matrix, but that position is filled somewhere on your new matrix, on your 1 through 6 position. Okay, so a non-board splitting matrix is very important to have because it's more equitable. That's the easiest way that I can say. You're following your sponsor. You're making money faster. Okay, number of levels. Levels are, these are dollar positions, and if you look down here, cost of entry 25, 100, and 500. Some of these matrices have multiple levels that start out at 25, go to 50, go to 100, go to 200, go to 4, to 6. And again, when we go in more depth with some of these other some of the programs that I'm comparing here, you'll see what that means. Do the same, just so you can understand here. Ultimate Cycler has 5, and it's going to be adding another position soon. Turbo Cycler has 5 positions. Do the Same has 2. 2By2Cash has 5. Rocket Cash has 2. Pro Matrix Plus has 12. And then the cost of entry here, 25, 100, and 500. That's Ultimate Cycler. Turbo, Do the Same. 2By2Cash right now, when they launched it had $100. Now it has a $50, which they've lowered. It makes it a little bit easier for somebody to get involved. Rocket Cash is 300. Pro Matrix Plus is 25. Breakage. Now, breakage is a term in the industry where the compensation plan breaks down in favor of the company, meaning that you're doing the program and the compensation breaks down, and the company ends up keeping the money when the program stops working, or while the program is waiting to work, while you're waiting to cycle, the money is sitting in the company's hand. Okay, with Ultimate Cycler, Turbo Cycler, and Do the Same. Small to medium breakage, and the breakage is with people, meaning that the money, the breakage that happens as a result of people not paying the money that they owe the member. This is a member-to-member program, and you are notified on who you're supposed to send your money directly to. So the breakage comes, when the money, if there's a problem, it's because somebody is slow in sending money to you. If you're the designated person that's supposed to receive the money, there's little money that sits. There's no money actually that sits with the company, because all the money is paid directly member to member. Okay, 2By2Cash. The breakage is very small because there's not a lot of levels, and the money is small, and you have to cycle in order for you to get paid. There is money sitting with the company, but because it's so easy to cycle, the breakage does fall in favor of the company. Rocket Cash, because it does have splitting boards, the breakage is big, and it always breaks in favor of the company. Pro Matrix Plus, it does not have splitting boards, but the breakage is big, and it's with the company because it has 12 levels, and it calls itself the $1 million payday, meaning that when you cycle all 12 levels, you're going to have earned $1 million. It takes 40,000 people in your downline in order for you to cycle and make or to get through all 12 levels. So I don't see it happening for very many people. So as the progression of people coming into the program slows down, there's a lot of money that's being held by the company. Payment triggers. Okay, with Ultimate, Turbo, and Do the Same, the minute somebody lands on your second level, that triggers a payment. You're notified on who you're supposed to pay. It's always a person 2 levels above you that you are paying in your matrix. In 2By2Cash, Rocket Cash, and Pro Matrix Plus, the payment is triggered, or the commission is triggered when you cycle, when you fill up your matrix. When you fill up your 2By2 matrix and you cycle, then you generate a commission. Auto pay in? No, there's not an auto pay in for Ultimate, Turbo, and Do the Same. Is that good? Is that bad? It all depends. We came from a company called 2By2. The payment processor broke down, as it wasn't a fault of the company, but it was the company grew very fast, and you would have issues with Visa and MasterCard not taking the automatic payments because they were waiting for payments to catch up. A lot of people felt this was a problem with the company, and as a result did not try to re-enter the program again after trying to enter 2 or 3 times with a credit card and that not working. So Ultimate Cycler, the advantage Ultimate Cycler, Turbo Cycler, and Do the Same has over everybody else is that because it's member to member, you can pay with PayPal, send a check to the person, Western Union, you can send cash, net spend, debit cards. There's many ways that you can transfer money to somebody else without using a payment processor. 2By2Cash auto pay in, yes, it does have a method, a relatively easy way for you to enter the program using a credit card to join. Auto pay out, no. There is not an automatic payment. The payments come from the member. So when you join, you're paying a member to get in, and to get your money, you're waiting for somebody to send you a check. So, and 2By2Cash does have, they're using a Walmart card right now. They're transferring money to a Walmart card. They do intend on having some other additional methods of automatically paying people, which I think is pretty good. Rocket Cash, I say it doesn't, only because they use Payza, Solid Trust Pay, and you literally have to get approved by those companies in order to approved by those companies. You have to get your checking account approved, or you have to be issued a card in order to withdraw the money. So a lot of people have made money and had difficulty getting their commissions out of those payment processors that were being used for payment. The same is going to hold true for ProMatrix Plus. It'll be relatively easy to join, but getting your money out for a lot of people won't have a problem because they've already have the payment processing or the payment method authorized by the processors that ProMatrix is using. But a new person, it could take as long as 90 days. I've been still waiting to get approved on some of these methods of getting paid with ProMatrix Plus. Okay, the risk. Small, medium, larger, because of the cost. And I say small, $25 is relatively small, $100 medium, $500 that's a larger risk. If for whatever reason you don't bring anybody in, obviously that is, it's incumbent upon you to bring people in and build your own matrix and cycle yourself. That's not your sponsor's job, regardless of what your sponsor is promising you. So as the entry level increases, so does the risk. In addition, the risks fall with people. Okay, so if people aren't sending you money for whatever reason, that is a risk. There are other some minor glitches in the software where people at the $25 level can join, get on your matrix, and then fail to send the $25 to the designated person. They are taking up a position on the matrix, and if somebody falls below them in their matrix and they haven't paid, it's impossible to get them off of your matrix. So you may have a matrix that fills up slightly with people that haven't paid their $25 just because they were tire kickers. So there's a risk of people and breakage with people with this system potentially. And for the higher levels, such as TurboCycler and Do the Same, because the dollar amounts are higher, the receivable risks become lower because people paying that much money tend to be a little bit more responsible than tire kickers at the $25 level. At the 2By2Cash system, very small and very small risk, $50, and the risk would be your time devoted to promoting the program. And if you're not having success with the program, technically you could spend time working on this, thinking about it, and it never takes off for you for whatever reason because you're not doing the right things. And so, time is money, so there's a risk there. With Rocket Cash, larger risk because you're spending $300, and then again, time promoting the program if you don't get a return. ProMatrix Plus, small risk, $25. I would say a larger risk of time because of the 12 levels that this company has. A lot of money is being put back into the next higher level and the next higher level and the next higher level. So you're withdrawing proportionately to these other programs. You're pulling out less cash because you're trying to obtain a higher level. So there's going to be a lot of time waiting for you to receive money with this particular program here. So which is best for you? analyze this. I'm going to have some additional videos here that is going to make it break down, give you some more visuals, and make it a little bit easier to understand what each of these titles mean. So I hope this helped. Walt Rice, thank you. See you on the next video.